Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Shred Show Live. I'm Josh Pitts, your host of the Shred Show, and I'm coming to you live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and yes, even Twitch. We are looking at all mediums across social media, and that's something I'm going to be talking about today. You guys aren't going to want to miss today's episode because I'm sharing a few things, a lot of topics of conversation I've heard recently, not only the shiny object syndrome, but Josh, I have a small following. Where do I go from here? Ladies and gentlemen, sit down, buckle up. It's time to shred. All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? And again, welcome to the Shred Show Live. So I'm going to dive right into today's episode because something I've been hearing a lot recently is, Josh, you're the best, Josh. Hey, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. I've been hearing a couple things recently. Number one is the shiny object syndrome. And if you've ever heard me talk about this, the shiny object syndrome is just this. Good morning. What's up, Joseph? Man, I hope you are doing well. Good morning. But the shiny object syndrome is this. Doesn't matter if you are in gaming, esports, mortgage, real estate, insurance, car sales, a lot of times, we see the latest and greatest product come out and we start chasing what I call the shiny object syndrome, the SOS. And especially in mortgage and real estate, you guys know that that's my background, is a technology or something will come out and we get so excited about chasing that object. We're like, oh my gosh, this tech is going to change the world. I'm going to go chase this. Something more than ever right now is we're seeing different social platforms jump up. So the revolution, TikTok kind of took the world by storm in 2020 because of COVID and a few other reasons. But TikTok just came out of nowhere and people were like, oh my gosh, TikTok, how do I get on TikTok? How do I use TikTok? How do I grow my business on TikTok? And sometimes as marketers, as salespeople, we see a platform just simply as like, hey, how can I make money off this? How can I grow my business off this? And that's not the best way to look at it. Clubhouse is the latest phenomenon. I've had so many people. Russ, what's up, man? Thanks for joining us on IG. Guys, if you're joining us right now, comment hashtag shred. That means you're live. That means you're shredding with us. And if you're joining us on the replay, comment hashtag hustle. That means you're hustling, you're out there getting it done. You're coming back here. So Clubhouse is the latest and greatest shiny object. So many people are reaching out to me. So many people are like, Josh, how do I get on Clubhouse? What do I need to do to be on Clubhouse? How do I get part of these conversations? Joseph Shred, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. How do I maximize my audience? My audience is so small. Okay. This is the second part of what I want to talk about is it doesn't matter how small you think your audience is. Here's the thing. Every single one of us, whether you have 1,000 followers, 10,000 followers, 100 followers, or even 10 followers, the number truly doesn't matter as long as you're putting out relevant content to your audience. And again, this is something even my clients to this day, they look at our audience. They'll look at like, well, hey, across your audiences, you have X amount of followers. Here's just the thing is I know companies that have hundreds of thousands of followers and they're only having a few people that watch their content or even engage with their content. Just because you have a lot of people, a lot of big numbers, if you will, that doesn't show your value. I know many of you on social media, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, maybe you only have a couple hundred followers, but every single post gets incredible engagement, gets incredible discussion. People are watching, people are listening. That is the true goal. Remember, when it comes to any social platform, your goal is to truly engage with your audience. It's not all about numbers, especially as you're growing. And you have to remember too, what is your goal on that platform? Is your goal, if you're on YouTube and you want to get to 1 million subscribers, awesome. You have to have a strategy set up around that. You can't just expect to be like, hey, I'm just going to go get to 1 million followers. I'm just going to go right into it. I want to get to 1 million followers on YouTube, or I want to get to 100,000 followers on Instagram. There's a right way and a wrong way to do it. I know plenty of people, again, going back to numbers, I know companies that buy audiences. They go out and they're like, hey, whether you knew this or not, you can actually buy an audience. And here's the thing. Is if you buy an audience, it goes back to the grocery store analogy that I love to compare it to. Let's say you have a local grocery store in your area that says, hey, grand opening, you want to come down? For all you local people, come down, check it out. It's going to be the best grand opening ever. So you're like, awesome, new grocery store. I'm all in. You go down there, you go check it out. You walk in and their shelves are bare. They have no fresh produce. They have nothing good. There's nothing it's just blank. There's nothing there. And you're like, wait a minute. I came here. I was expecting, you said there's a grand opening. I expected groceries. They're like, well, we're working on it still. We're going to just wait. You wait. We're going to have amazing groceries. We're going to have the best of the best fresh produce from around the country. Well, again, that's all nice, but now you've showed up. You showed up there and there's nothing there for you. Hey, Brad Kroon, good morning. #shred. Love it. So that's just it. Same thing with content. Same thing with your social media platforms. If you're growing a social audience and you say, hey, everybody come check me out, and you're buying an audience, if you're trying to, go from a small audience to a big audience, you're like, oh, it's all about numbers. They show up to your Facebook page, your LinkedIn page, your Instagram, whatever it is, and they see no content, same thing. They're never going to come back. You lost your opportunity. So make sure you're putting out the content on those platforms to keep people engaged. You want to start with a small audience. You have to start small, because if many of us, I would say 99.9% of us, were to get 100,000 follower audience tomorrow, we wouldn't even know how to handle it. We have to start small because we make mistakes in the beginning. I've made mistakes. I still make mistakes every single day. So I want to make those mistakes with a small audience. So when I get to a bigger audience, I'm a little more polished. I've learned, I've seen, I've engaged with that many people. I see streamers, I see people putting out content when they get these huge audiences sometimes. And this happens a lot in the esports and the gaming world, is you can do what's called a raid. You can actually send a huge audience over to these smaller streamers. And I've seen these content creators freak out. They don't know how to deal with a huge audience. So keep that in mind. Your small audience is good for you right now. It's helping you learn. It's helping you grow. It's helping you adapt. So don't freak out that you only have a couple hundred followers or even 100 followers. Start there, start engaging with your audience and use that. Same thing with the shiny object syndrome, ladies and gentlemen, especially right now more than ever. Figure out one platform. Figure out a platform that you're really in. And I talk about this all the time. Find the one platform that you are on most. Maybe it's LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, whatever the platform is that you personally use, whatever you have on your phone that you're like, hey, this is my platform. I really like it. I enjoy using it. That's the one you want to go with. And again, maybe it is TikTok. Maybe you love those silly videos and you're like, hey, I can make those videos. The thing too, you have to remember is if you are not going to create content for those platforms, then why even think about going down that road? And again, every platform is different. And if you're thinking Facebook is irrelevant, you're still wrong. Yes, there's a lot of crap going on with Facebook. There's a lot of, between data breaches and all this, but still, Mark Zuckerberg and their entire team at Facebook, they're very, very smart. They're still working on a lot of cool things. So Facebook is not irrelevant. Don't think that it is. Neither is Instagram. Just because Clubhouse and TikTok are coming around, it is what it is. Focus on the platform that you're going to utilize, that you enjoy using, and that's your shiny object. Stick with that one and then build something great on it. Go from your small audience to a bigger audience, and then you can expand from there. That's what we did at Shred. We started on Facebook. We have a great Instagram following. We're working on YouTube this year. We're working on Clubhouse. But don't think, all of you out there, especially if you're mid-level management or if you're an executive and you're looking at people and saying, oh, well, they're small wing is fall, they must be completely irrelevant. You're 100% dead wrong. That could not be further from the truth. As a matter of fact, why we work with some of the biggest lenders in the country as Shred Media is because we have an engaged audience. We have a very, very relevant audience more than anything right now. So do not sell yourself short. Do not look at somebody and say, oh, well, they don't have a big audience, so they can't be relevant. You're dead wrong, and that's absolutely the worst type of mindset to have. With that, Jake, thanks for joining us on Instagram. A couple of people jumping in on Instagram. Dow, we have made so many mistakes, but we learn from them, and that's why we're here. That's why we're where we are. Wow, that was a mouthful. That was tricky, but we got it. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I want to share. Don't go chasing the shiny object. Don't get SOS syndrome, and don't worry about the small audience. You're going to get there. You're going to grow. Robert Pielko. Oh, hey, what's up, Robert? Yeah, my audience is small, but it is engaging. 100%. That's what we're looking for, Robert. That's what you guys want. Start there and you will grow. I promise. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to answer your questions. If you have questions, if you want help growing on social media, we're here. We're putting out content to help all of you. That's why we do it. Also, huge shout out to our Instagram family. We're going to post about it later. We officially hit 25,000 followers. And again, I'm not throwing up, we've done it. We started small and worked our way up. So huge shout out to all our Instagram followers. Thank you so much for helping us grow. Thank you for being an engaged audience. We appreciate it. So with that, I hope you guys are having an incredible week. It's Tuesday, lots of big things to come, lots of fun things that we're putting out here. And as always, we appreciate you. We love you. Now it's time for all of you to go shred, go show up, hustle, repeat every day. See you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.